Hi, my name is Anh and today I'm gonna go to War Remnants Museum. Let's go with me. War Remnants Museum is a popular tourist attraction in Vietnam established in 1975, exhibits about 20,000 documents, artifacts and photographs, mostly of the Vietnam War, and portrays the war in the Vietnamese perspective. The basic purpose of War Remnants Museum is to commemorate the victims of the war and educate the young generations. While wandering in the museum, I can see many groups of students listening to their teachers or tour guides talking about historical events and the stories behind each photograph. The serious consequences of the war are showed through the photographs of the soldiers and civilians who were cruelly killed, bombed or poisoned. The most impressive one is a photo named Napalm Girl, describing the fear and pain of napalm bombs victims. War Remnants Museum plays an important role as it educates the youth about Vietnam War visually to make them have better understanding about what Vietnam has been through to defeat colonialism and achieve independence. History, along with culture, is what makes us who we are. It's a part of our identity. Besides that, War Remnants Museum also serves as a tourism destination. It's a sign of modernization that Vietnam turns the war evidences into tourist attraction. Vietnam is marketed as a country with a long history, lots of natural and cultural heritages, with evidences of later French colonialism and Vietnam War. The museum is a place that emphasizes Vietnamese identity in its most painful days. The museum delivers a perspective of Vietnam War that's way different from what the foreigners see in Vietnam War movies with only ghosts, Vietcongs, and hookers. When visiting the museum, they see the realistic negative side of the war. People were killed and bombed and poisoned with Agent Orange.
It's very interesting to see history that was within my lifetime in context in the country and listen to people from both the north and the south who were there, who were participating in it, and their views of it, which are very different from the Hollywood Western news media.
The museum also delivers this message: Vietnam is not a war, it's a country. Vietnam in the museum was so lively, so real and so emotional. It's not only a senseless battlefield. On the ground floor, it shows the articles, posters, and protests of civilians from other countries in support of Vietnam civilians. It's a sign of international efforts against colonialism. However, some criticizes that War Remnants Museum is merely one-sided propaganda of the government, as it portrays American army as a cruel, heavily armed monsters who aggressively made the Vietnam War.
It is clearly looking at it from the Liberation Army point of view. It's very difficult to put together a museum or an exhibit which is not propounding a particular view. Yeah, you have to filter it through that, but balance of both sides is necessary, yeah.
The museum shows the change of southern Vietnam through wars. From a feudal society under Nguyen Dynasty to the Pearl of the Far East during the French colonialism due to the impact of Industrial Revolution in Europe, and to the Vietnam War when everything was badly destroyed. The museum also shows the contrast of Vietnam before and after the war. In this case, nationalism plays an important role in colonization and modernization. There's a significant difference in the application of nationalism in Western countries and Vietnam. In Western countries, nationalism fits colonialism and exploitation, while in Vietnam, nationalism defeats colonialism and leads to modernization in both cases. Although Vietnam War was a painful experience, it's still important to Vietnam history. Without it, Vietnam wouldn't be Vietnam today. Thank you for listening.